Well, we all know that treats in life don't always come free, but I tell you something now, ladies and gentlemen, Southfield Reservoir completely free into your eyeballs for you today. So why have I brought you here? Well, everybody has been asking, well, not everybody, but a lot of people have been asking about it, and it gets to a point where I think I need to start and leave a few venues out of the equation that I'm quite close to. But Southfield Reservoir in recent years has just grown stronger and stronger, a bit weaker and then even stronger. And with it being feeder fishing mecca, attracting some of the biggest names in angling, people like Steve Ringer, Ben Elliott, and whoever the rest are, who knows. But today, for all you guys that have not seen this place to its full, and there might be a lot of you that have fished here many times and you may never have seen the entirety of the place. So what I'm going to do today is, I want to walk you down that way. That's where pegs go, in a long straight line. Perfect venue as well, nice and even. And then I'm going to take you up that way into what we call Woodside and show you all early number pegs over that way and why you get an advantage fishing over there than when you do here. But don't let that swing it. I think Mr. Ringer himself just a few days ago qualified for Feeder King here. So where am I at the minute? I'm on peg 18, 17, 16. I don't think they peg them anymore. I do think though they do start over there in those numbers, so I think they do go up to 16 and 17 because there's like a bit of a cross thing going off like that when there's people in matches. Peg 18, great peg, for this reason only. Oh, just to quickly do, oh, it, go on, good lass. Quick, keep him in water, don't lift him up, don't lift him out, keep him there, look. You want to go down like this with your net and bring him over, good lass, all by yourself. And if Holly, I think she was 8 years old. Was she 8 years old, camera girl? Yeah. She was 8 years old. 8 years old, if she can catch here that many fish, nice and easy, then so can you. Right, anyway, enough for all that stuff. Let's get moving, the earth pounders, and show you all what's here for you. So, let's start today's video off with car park. So, you come in down this long lane here from Beaver Bridge. There's another entrance over there, which is what I think is called the north entrance, but that is for the boating and sailing club, so don't bother coming down that way unless you've got permission. First things first, when you get here, little notice board here. So that matches, look, Feeder King, Masons, so they're all clubs. No feeder masters on there? No. So that's the match bookings board, and you've got the Canal and River Trust Southfield Reservoir sign there. Minimum, and I say this everywhere I go, minimum. The minimum requirement you need is a sign up on entry saying deep water, don't swim, you'll fall in, you'll drown, no authorised swimming, all that stuff. Good old Canal and River Trust. They've even got phone numbers on there, grid references. You are not in harm's way here, but common sense will tell anybody, do not just come up here and start going for a swim or a dip. And not only that, but if your top kit or rod gets dragged into this place, one, you're doing it wrong, and two, yeah, you just leave it. But here we are, Southfield Reservoir. Up there, I want to take you first, which is into the woods, and that starts at peg 1, right next to the Aaron Calder Canal. Right, and from peg 1, I'll be able to show you the new Junction Canal as well. Great fishing up there. I've had some of my best days fishing up in early numbers. You can check out my other videos for that. And then you've got this really shallow corner here, and these pegs all the way down to, is it 78 or 76 or something? No idea. Never been down there on a match or anything, so I'll have to remind myself when I get down there. In fact, no. I'll start off with early numbers. I'm going to take you up here, but it's car park, look at bottom. And if you do draw in these pegs, so from 18 onwards, you park all the way down at bottom of this bank here. Right, I'll take you over here. This is the Aaron Calder Canal. Runs completely adjacent to the reservoir and it feeds it as well. So water control in here is managed by this thing here. So it's it's quite a bit of a genius setup. So every time you get like, you know, water volume rising in this area, you know, this can relieve it of that. And if you're fishing any of these pegs or early numbers down this bank here, whenever big massive boats come down, you actually get water being pushed in, and you can actually watch the water level in here go up and down a little bit while you're fishing. So anyone that's a Southfield master, like I fished here quite a bit, not loads but quite a bit, but there's people that have, you know, they only know this place. Those people know every inch of this place, and they probably know fish by name as well. But this, whenever I walk down, whenever I come up here fishing or come for a walk or whatever, peg 333 this. This is heaving with fish as well, so don't ever put off a day's fishing on here. The book for this place and the reservoir and loads of other places, including Don and loads of other lakes everywhere, it's £35 per year. 35 quid. There's actually fish topping here, look. It's scorching red hot. It's 26 degrees today. It's the 19th of July and it is absolutely baking. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you over at Footbridge up into early numbers, and then what I'll do is I'll start and I'll come back on myself and give you all a nice view of the early numbers up there. If there's people fishing up here, I won't be able to get to pegs obviously, but I'll be able to show you them from afar. So on the Footbridge, this is it. Look how shallow it is here. Really, really shallow. And when a lot of rain pushes in, you can actually see a difference. Oh, fish just top there, look. You can actually see a difference in water here, look. See it? Where cleaner water's coming in, and then all this like murkier water, that's like lake water. You can actually see the separation in colour, look. How good's that? See how shallow it is here? It's pretty much same all across. And then out here, there's like a really gradual drop into the bottom of it, Ayr and Calder Canal. And some areas of this are really, really deep. So, alright. This is the Footbridge anyway. Nice and wide for a barra. Nice and wide to get all your tackle down. Just try not to have your rod bags lengthways on your kit if you're going down. Peg 15. Again, get your legs adjusted on your box. Got a nice good chuck that way. And these pegs on the day as well, these do really well. Little grebe over there having a flutter about. Well, yeah, peg 15, loads of room behind for tackle and fun and activities. And this path here just takes you up into the woods, and I think there's going to be people fishing up here, so I'm not going to go in people's faces, but you know, see how we go. Peg 14. Nice little platform there. No really need to go out on a platform or get your box legs adjusted for going out there. Plenty of water to bring fish into and net them in, so you don't need to be going mad there. And again, nice covered little peg this. Like, got plenty of shade this time of year. What are we on? 8:10 in the morning, and that's already casting a nice shadow onto that peg, so plenty of cover. On to the next one. Peg 13. Again, you don't need a platform here. I think I have seen people on these boxes out there on platforms, but I don't think you're allowed to use them here anymore, so whatever you've got here, use it. I think with that first peg 13, peg 15, I think you can just get in water there, but I don't think you're allowed to use a platform. Again, loads of room on this peg, quite a big area to fish. I'm going up to the next one. Yeah, peg 12. Again, loads of water to go out here. It actually gets shallower, so from that bank over there, which is East Bank, it actually gets shallower the further up here you get. So take that into account. Again, loads of room here, loads of room behind your pegs as well for casting. You've got a few bits of trees and what have you, but you know, long rods, long hook lengths can be a bit of a nightmare, so just know your limits. And then you've got this divide all the way down that once upon a time did used to have pegs on it, believe it or not. Bit of trivia for you there. Yeah, power station over there. Got a nice good view from here, really nice. Right, let's go up onto the next one. And then peg 11, which I believe is the last peg now. Just have a look. Oh, that step's not great, but I ain't getting in arguments with people up here about that. So yeah, peg 11, you've got a bit of an advantage here because you've got all this corner to yourself, and you've actually got a better chuck towards getting closer to that sort of bun line over there, which can have its benefits, can produce some good fish. But yeah, you know, it's one of them. I've fished up here on pole before with Ollie, and we've caught loads of fish on pole. And yeah, just don't ignore these pegs. If you pull one of these out at draw bag, it's not always a bad thing. Your brain tells you that you want to be over there because that's where everybody is, but it's just because that's where all numbers are, so don't go mad about it. Right, I'm gonna go through here now and go and find peg 10, which is actually on the next, it's all one res, but it's actually on the next lake. Mighty peg 1. So as I was saying earlier, New Junction Canal, Aaron Calder Canal, goes all the way up that way. Then you've got the New Junction Canal just going over there, look. I've done another video up that way on pole fishing for skimmers and roach and bits. But this is peg 1. Advantage you get here, you've got more access for bigger fish to get into this res, and it just holds a big herd of fish compared to little one down there. You've got all this space behind you. Probably try and drop in a screenshot of me fishing there from my last video, but out there on box, just chuck in north, and absolutely full of fish in this bit here. It is said that some carp anglers actually, you can walk across it, it's only ankle deep. Some carp actually, oh, fish top in there, look on rocks. You can actually walk, somebody's chasing a fish there. You can walk across here, and carp anglers go over there, and they sit carp fishing in this lake and on canal. So, be nice and private for you over there if you're going that way. Right, I'm going to walk you down. Peg 2 and peg 3, there's a chap fishing, so I'm not going to go in their way. And then I'll walk you down and I'll start showing you rest at pegs there on after, back down to peg 10 I think it were where we finished. So, but peg 1. Right, so this is peg 4, and I know that because they are numbered, and again, no real need for a platform. I mean, I think some people do bring them and put them close in, but just get it shallow enough, like shin deep. Get your box out there. Just been talking to 2 chaps here that are fishing on peg 2 and 3. They've had some fish, plenty of small ones, but some decent big ones as well. And yeah, so what I'll do now is I'll take you down peg by peg, and yeah, back to main res, or the main one as we know it, and show you from down there. But nice little path, wooden border, peg 5, and again, you just get your box down in water there. It's only shallow, you can just see rocks here, it's really shallow, it's like, it wouldn't even cover your feet here. And you've got a nice good old chuck all the way out there. And this lake always produces the bigger weights and the bigger fish, simply because all the fish that live in that res over there are like expendable. So there's not a lot of migration room for fish to get in and out over there, believe it or not. In here there is, and it's a bigger lake, and more often than not that res gets fished more than this does when it includes it. So when a lot of matches do book out Southfield Reservoir, it's more common that they'll book out that east bank over there. Well, that's peg 5 for you anyway. And again, you've got canal right next to you here. Right times here, you can actually hit carp spawning all up and down this inner margin here. Peg 6. And again, it's just a matter of clambering down with your gear, going on here. You wouldn't really want to fish up here with your box because straight above you you've got all these, so further you can get out there with your box. I've seen people put the box here and put a rod out there on a rest and just fish like that. So, you know, not really any major need to sit down unless you want to sit yourself on bank here, but you can actually see rocks in edge here. We've got a good chuck out there. On to the next one. Peg 7. So you're looking for the stump here on the floor. It's just an old log that's been cut down with 7 on it. And again, this is really shallow. Actually fish topping out there. That one's just gone back down again. But this was a good pair of fish on here before, and had some blind. It's one of them, there's no peg on this lake that's great. They're all good. But you can fish here 10 times and you'll have 3 brilliant days on this peg. And it's really shallow here again. Just get your box out there and just cast into the horizon that way. You've actually got boating club right over there. It's hard to cast in reach anyway, so don't worry about that. Alright, let's find your peg 8. And again, this path, it's like gravel, sort of shale all the way down. Here's peg 8. It's got a Mr. Trev Banners plaque on there in remembrance of Trev, probably an old angler used to fish here. Yeah, this is quite a big area. You've actually got peg 9 right next to it. So fishing here, you've actually got the bloke's side tray next to you in a match. So I don't know, could be working to your advantage, I guess. And you've just got that same good cast over there. Good thing is, on all in, or if you're starting your session, you'll be able to watch where everybody's feed is landing before you start planting yours out as well. So nice and clear for you to see. Just a really nice place to be fair, as well. If you're walking up here and you know you're sitting here for a day, we tackle and come in and have the day's fishing, even if you're not really a serious match angler. It's a nice peg again. Where the sun comes up, we're about an hour off midday so far, and that sun it's gonna circle right over these trees here. So if you end up drawing this one, or end up coming here for a day's fishing, you've got all that shade and you've got all that water out there in the sun for you. And that's peg 9, that's on there, look. And peg 10. There's a chap on peg 10, so I'm not going to do his head in. Yeah, and then this path leads you down now to where it dividers. So I don't think there's any more pegs here. You have got the like the divide all the way across res. On its day you can walk across it. In fact, the stones are visible, but there is gaps, like under the tree you won't be able to get over there now unless you want to get your feet wet. But they recommend you don't walk over there anyway. But just to explore with the eyeballs, you can just have a look from here, and you can see when we get up onto East Bank over there, you'll actually see all the gaps in it and all cormorants lined up down it. So sat there waiting for the meals to pop up. Yeah, just really barra friendly, trolley friendly. Even if you're carrying your gear front car, I mean, it's not like there's any hills to contend with unless it's that one coming up out at car park, a little bit of a mound. And then you just got this, like really nice and pleasant, all the way down to the bridge. That's divide over there, look. See a big tree there, and then it carries on all the way down to the boathouse over there. And then we are all the way back to peg 11. So back to peg 11. And what I'm doing now is I want to take you down here. I want to show you that East Bank all the way down there. Alright, back over at Footbridge. Stunning day. I mean, when you're here, just show me Mrs. Hold on. Really barra friendly as well, so there's no major steps to go up onto this little footbridge. Oh, bunch of fry there, just shot off, perch or a pike chasing it. Right, what I'm going to do now is I'll show you these couple of pegs here. I think there's only, yeah, so this is a peg here, 16. So it is a bit of a jump, but peg 16 here, so you'd get here with your box. And you've got to, again, you'd cast straight that way. You can't really pick an angle here because you've still got people either side of you. So you'd have to be careful, but if in doubt, watch where the person next to you chucks first and then go with it. So peg 17, really rocky. If ever you come down here and it's just full of crap and there's litter everywhere, don't think for a second that it's anglers just being negligent or it's just an untidy venue. You could walk around this entire venue and tidy it all up, pick everything up and come down next morning and there'd be crap in here, simply because at water traffic from canal and all rubbish that gets dumped into that thing on a daily basis, it does come in from both angles and it works its way down here, and more commonly than not, that wind that blows into that bank over there, that's what helps store up rubbish here. So if ever you come up and you think, oh, it's rubbish, it's crap, there's not. It's absolutely not. It's simply because of how much. You've got to remember, these water systems here go all the way up and down UK, and they all linked, and they all get crap thrown in on a daily basis. So it's just one of them things we have to deal with, I'm afraid. Just coming down into this corner now, so this don't get pegged in at all. I don't think anyone ever fishes it a lot. There were times when I wanted to come up and have a bit of a pole session here and just get permission to get me a box there and just see if this corner would produce anything, because it is an area at reservoir that does get ignored simply because of its location. But you do find that them sort of places on lakes, they can chuck up a few fish like here. Look, see bottles and rubbish, and there's just crap everywhere. Little bottles, pot noodles. You know, people that work on these boats going up and down, and this one here actually takes you down. New Junction, Air and Calder Canal takes you down towards bloody Humber estuary. So you can have all sorts making its way in from out to sea coming down that way. Like all this stuff here, look, you can see in this corner here, absolutely everything, like full of crap. You could clean all that up today, come down tomorrow, and there'd be loads back there again. Stanley flasks there, look. Them things don't go bad. Why is that there like that? But yeah, see all this, look. Just bottle tops, mainly milk bottle tops. One thing I saw last time when I came up were bottle tops and tampons. Like so many, and it makes sense that, I mean, I'm not pointing finger at anyone and blaming just a particular person, but people live on this river system. So tampons, milk bottle lids, you know, we see those things quite a lot at home, so could be. And bits of driftwood, some nice driftwood there, look, won't mind taking a bit of that one day. And besides that, you've just got this nice rocky edge all the way down. One of probably the most famous looking set of pegs you've seen in your life. Not a lot of people can look at this string of pegs here and think to themselves, I wonder where that is. No, quite prominent. There's an old peg here, look, these aren't in simply because you'd be chucking into their line of fire over there as well. So for the first few, they actually take these out, and I believe it starts at, oh, fish right in front of that peg then. You see that?
A little bit, I saw it last bit of it.
Down there, look, more driftwood. Off a baseball cap. Oh, look there. That's a tampon.
Oh God.
That's a tampon. So I find every time I've come up, I've never not seen tampons in here, and it's because people who live on river systems, or there might be an house that's backed onto the river that just goes through tampons a lot, and they just get thrown in. And yeah, well, that's life, innit? But here we are. This is like what a typical peg looks like up here on East Bank. A couple of slabs all the way down. Nice one of them moulded plastic pegs surrounded by rocks. Like there's, you know, plenty room here for your avid feeder angler to get his box on and get set up. Peg 18, what I started intro on. Very good peg. Actually another video that I've done on this peg where I've brought Holly up, my youngest, and we've got a blinding day's fishing, catching some fish out there on the pole. And as much as when you get here your brain screams cast that way, me and Holly were catching them all from down here. Massive bag. I think we had about 26 pound of fish. Well, that's a good video to watch if you want to watch it and fancy coming up here on pole. A long way down here, so that's where we've parked over there. If you draw any of these pegs, you're best off just coming up and learning numbers, or just going up website and you can actually take what I'm telling you now. So that's 18, it's one of the earlier ones, and you actually park on that far bit of grass there all the way down, and there's like a bit of a car park at bottom for any pegs you draw up in 70s, which I'll take you to in a minute. And then what you do is you just get your tackle out and just cross over up the bank, and it saves like congestion and ruining everyone's day. Peg 19. Again, you've got all these chucks out in front of you. That image that you see right there, right now, there's not many people that post that they've gone fishing on a daily basis that put that in front of their rod tip and you think, oh, he's at Southfield. It's just a really, really popular venue that, you know, a lot of people love to fish. It's just a really distinctive looking venue as well, so people see these sort of backdrops and think, oh, is it that place again? Is it that Southfield again? Yeah, so I'll walk you a bit further down here. All these pegs are pretty much uniformed all the way down. There's nothing really interesting about them all. They all like lottery, they all like bingo. You can draw that peg one day and blitz everybody on it, and I mean destroy everybody on it. Next day you could do exactly the same thing, completely blank, so could 10 pegs either side on you, and then it'll be someone up in 70s that ends up doing well when they've not caught a single fish for weeks and weeks up there. So it is the moodiest venue in the UK, 100%. Peg 22. Again, all these rocks play like a bit of a benefit because they're just in rod rests and roosts and all that. You can actually play about with them a little bit, and like, it's just really, really versatile peg on every peg for you to get set up and get comfy. Peg 23. And a bit further up here you've actually got some buoys, and they do play a good feature to cast to on the day. Peg 24. Go out in this gamma katsu. Nothing in it, but I picked it up. I'll put it in the pocket and find a bin on the way out. Up and down this stretch here, you can just hop over. There is like a bit of an irrigation ditch all the way down, but then you've got this, like it's got a tube going through it, look, and a nice bit of a slope here. So if you still want to get your barra up here and there's nowhere to park because it's full, and you want to fish down there, there are areas where you can get up here with your barra, with your tackle, and then start walking down. So it's not all bad news. Peg 25, been a good peg for me. Past that, I've had some blinding days fishing on 25. It's always been a number that I remember. 26, 27, quite a popular site up there. So on that bun line there, it's just a big pile of rocks going all the way across. I've actually got cormorants, I think there's crows on there, odd seagull, and all cormorants. They line up pretty much all the way down this bun line here, just waiting for fish to pop up. Missus just found a feeder. What brand do we got? Not sure what brand this is, but second find. So feeder found. If it's yours, well, it's mine now. If this is your feeder, just realise that I found a spawn once. In fact, I found about 30 spawns at Arto when they emptied it, and everyone were like, "They're mine." So I'm going to put it back here. So peg 27, Southfield Reservoir, on the whatever that says, 19th at 7th. I'm going to put it down here. Look. So there it is. Give me a rock. There you go. I'm going to walk away. So if that feeder's yours, it's there for you. Love art rock. Shaped like a love art, apparently, Marina said. But your feeder's there. Saves you coming and banging on the door and me having to show you out. And, well, I don't know. You might have paid good money for it. Peg 28. It must be 30s then. There's a chap fishing here. 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Probably 32 to 35. You're going to have a good chuck to these boys here, but I'll get there in a sec. If you do come fishing here as well, because it's just so uniformed all the way down, it's quite easy to get up off your peg, put all your stuff there before you start walking down to your car, and forget things because you probably thought you were on a peg next to it. So just take your time when you're packing up and you're getting ready to set off. He's on pole here as well, nice one. Hopefully he's watched my video and he's like, I want to go up and catch loads of fish like Ben does. Had somebody call me That's On once. My name's Ben, but you can call me that if you want.
Ear defenders.
So now Marina's just found some ear defenders. Peg 30. So peg 30, if you're sick to death of listening to people next to you and you brought your ear defenders are back under that rock. Probably had Steve Ringer next to you and he was just talking rubbish all day, so that's why. I understand, mate, so I've put them back there for you. You might draw next to him again, so go and get them. Peg 31. Big 32, so yeah, 32. Let's say 32, you've got a more direct cast straight to them boys out there. Let me see if you can see them. There, look. There's actually 4 of them there. I swear I counted 5 once, so 1 or 2 must have popped out. But peg 32, another great peg. Got some good days fishing on there, simply because you've got that feature there and it's a nice chuck over there. So I'm going to scramble past this chap here, make my way all the way down towards 70s and show you what's all the way down that end, because I know a lot of people have never even been down there.
This time of year it's full of fish. You can catch it up to the small fish to eat on Bream.
Yeah. Oh, I fished on peg 18. I come up with Young'un last year, and I fished on top kit, and it was the deepest part I could find. I walked up and down with top kit and pole, like looking for the deepest part of. Yeah. I had a blinding day. I had a couple of decent hybrids as well on puff elastic. So there we go. That's a good one. Beautiful. That guy is bagging up on pole. He's fishing about 4 metre. Just had a chat with him about fishing on pole up here, and he said same, like down edge here in this sort of crevice. You'll find it. I mean, every peg's going to be different, but down here in this margin, just at a top kit out, sometimes even closer in. I think we were fishing about half a top kit, me and Ollie, and then after half a top kit, you start going up an inch at a time. Your deepest channel's all the way down here. So if you do come up on pole and you want to find that deep water, it is not out there. It is literally at your toenails. So come up and have a good day's fishing on pole. Bree's bagging. He says he's had a few. I didn't get the first one on film, but he had 2 while I was stood there talking to him, only there for a minute. Peg 38. Nice good chuck here. Actually like one of them infinity pools here. I think this water level is actually a little bit higher than one behind. If you go on over that side where we were earlier, you can actually see it divide from that side on that gap there. 2 different levels of water. But yeah, really nice. This is sort of big car park down at bottom. So if you end up drawing in 70s or anything like that, probably try and let them people get parked up first so they can start hurrying up with their tackle going down. I do believe there's been times when people have parked on both like Sailing Club Lane over there, then they've walked up to them early numbers, like drove back out all the way round and then back up. I don't know if that's allowed, but I know some people have done. Peg 41 again, great chuck. The thing is about this, it's just a big rectangle, so you've just got one long chuck in front here. But here, look, you've got a nice bin here. You've got all this space here, and if you're all pull nose in, it's quite easy for everyone to get out as well. Then if you all pull nose in, it's easy for you all to get your tackle out as well. Just never park up the side. I had a feeder masters match here last year, and I think the time I'd go up here, there were vans lengthways halfway down here, and I could just slide in somewhere. So just be a bit courteous. It does make it easier for everyone when you're pulling back out again. And bailiffs up here, forgot to mention bailiffs. They'd be quick to remind you of anything. Like if you do it wrong, doing it right. They're all a great bunch of people. I've never had a problem with any of them. Always got time for you. Plenty of times when bailiffs up here have come and asked you for a book, and after a bit they get to know you, and you know, there's been times when they've sat down and had half an hour with me having a chin wag. So don't ever think it's one of them venues that's clicky or it's got, you know, a bit of a dark bailiff system. It really hasn't. It's a really nice place to be. A really nice water to be involved with as well, actually. So yeah, peg 46 just for yeah, we'll carry on up here to the 70s. We've got a massive gang of geese up here. I think it's called a gaggle, but I'll go with gang, sounds more threatening. And start start showing you all these. All these at the minute, they're all just same. Like 47, they're all pretty much identical all the way up. So I'll go a bit further up here. I think someone's fishing up there. That brolly up there. We'll go up here and have a look anyway, and I might try and walk you up as far as I can and then back down again. Flaming heck! Look at that, that's rocked up. Wouldn't mind taking that on. That'd make a lovely windowsill, that, for the bathroom, wouldn't it? Well, wind's blowing down into this corner as well, so. Like I say, after Wood spent weeks and months out there in that river system being sort of drifted about all over, it looks like stunning driftwood. It's really nice looking stuff. It'd be nice hung up on bathroom wall. Peg 53. Again, they're all pretty much same. You've just got that same even chuck all the way across. The only thing that's different is sort of your horizon sort of landscape over there, that far bun line. There's a bunch of ducks and seagulls and everything sat over there. But there's days when it's just black and it's just cormorants all lined up down there, all waiting for a nice easy fish meal. 54, quite low down to water that one. It's a nice peg, that. Actually got more steps to it as well, look. Absolutely mountain of geese here. 55. Again, pretty much, so you got a buoy out here, probably 54. You've got a buoy in front of you, just a single buoy. So a nice casting marker to chuck to, I guess, that, if you wanted to. Actually, somebody out there on the lake on a, is it windsurfing? I'm not sure. They do sometimes come over into this side of the lake through partition bits here. So if you do ever see one, don't start going up in arms about it. They allowed. Right, the geese have sensed my presence, so they're going to start moving for me. Yeah, I'm sure someone's fishing down here. I'll try not to get them on camera best I can. Peg 59. Again, nice good chuck out there. Keeping my eye out for any tackle lying about, because unless you're coming here for a walk around, you don't normally spot stuff when you're packing up and rushing to get off. So if I do find out, I'll I'll do my best to make sure it gets back to the right person. Peg 61, so now we're in 60s. Oh, it's a bit of someone's Preston bucket there, all smashed up. Yeah, what a bad day. Broken Preston bucket. I'm not going to cry, I promise. All the geese are not happy. Just a shot dispenser tub. I bet it's empty. Missus has found a shot tub. 4 shots in it. Put them back in and that can be a giveaway. So like and subscribe and you could win all these shots in this tub. So these here are on peg 70, so I'll try not to just start filming behind brollies because that's a bit weird. Peg 68, again it's all pretty much same down here now into this corner. So I'll get past these people here and just show you what's around on this side here. Right, so it actually ends on peg 70 down there. And I don't think there's any more here. No. So 70 is your end peg. I always thought it went a bit higher than that for some reason, but 70 is the last one. And now we're down into this corner, so as you can see, all wind's blowing down here. Look at all the crap here, look. And again, I walk around fisheries a lot, and I pick people up left, right and centre for how clean they are and how, just shit sleep, really, I'll be honest with you. All this, nothing to do with fishery, nothing to do with anglers, nothing to do with anyone here, absolutely nothing anyone can do. All this comes from the water system traffic over there, so from rivers. And unfortunately, just the layout, I mean it's good because it's all being like sort of cleansed into one area. At least it's sort of out of sight for anglers, I guess, but yeah, just don't anyone ever walk around here saying, oh, it's rubbish, it's full of crap, it's this, it's that, because it's really not. So don't ever get them confused. Bit of a water measure there. So we're being at 0 at the minute, that's probably like its own zeroed water level, so that's where it should be. And I'm going to walk you down here to this fence up here where boating club is. Not going to bother going on because I don't need to. But that down there is the gate for the sailing club. So don't come down that way for a day's fishing. Unless obviously you've been authorised by somebody. But just don't bother. Don't just turn up there and then ask either. Get yourself up into the main car park and then ask if you need to. Well, there's a great fuel barrel here. You don't want to. See what I mean? Stuff like that could have come from 100 miles away. That it's just made its way into the reservoir off at canal and just washed up there. Yeah, there'd probably be a bit of something in it. It would have fell off a boat or something. Yeah, and all this bit, not a lot of people really see. You turn up at match, you fish your match, and then you weigh in, you get off home, and nobody ever really sees around this way. So it's nice for me to be able to come and show you all. Fellas, a guy just found a washed up bag full of white stuff. Of course I'm going to have a look. What are you on about? Oh, it's actually I think it's like a blanket or something. Yeah, it's not cocaine. Oh, thought we'd paid house off then. No, it's not drugs, guys. Don't do drugs, bad for you. You do drugs and you start fishing, you know, think how dangerous it could be, you know, don't do it near water. Yeah, and this is furthest point you can get. So Beaver Sailing Club it's called. No entry signs, don't come in, we'll shoot you, all that stuff. And you've got all this big sharp spiky fence here. And they've even put some things in there so you can't, you know, don't try it, fellas. Just stay out. It's nothing to do with you. Stay out. But from here, this is your arc. So you've got all this here, look. Awesome view today, actually. In fact, look at that. All the sun glistening off the water. You've actually got this bit of a pontoon coming out where you can walk on, where boaters can get on, and so on and so forth. I do believe that sailing club is up for sale. It ain't expensive either. So what I'm going to do now is, what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you back down here, and I'll probably, well, you've already seen it, but I'll meet you back at camp over there. This is all car park at Sailing Club though, for anyone interested in coming to Sailing Club. Beaver Sailing Club, I dare say they've got a website. Yeah, they've got boats, look, so if you want to come and boat, you can boat. Easy, isn't it? That car down there, I believe it's theirs, but again, they might have got permission to be sat there and fishing, who knows, but that's not something I'm going involved with. That's not cocaine either, so don't come up and start trying to cash it in. But yeah, Southfield Reservoir in its fullest for you, in its fullest form. Peg 1 always peg 70. I'll take you back around there now, back towards car park, and let's finish up this video for you. And hopefully next time when you're thinking about coming again at a visit and you've not been before, you'll think, I know, I'm going to come up, get on peg whatever you're on, 40 something, catch some fish on pole, and then when I go up again, I'm going to get up in early numbers and catch some fish on feeder as well. So there we have it, guys and gals, the flooded field, the moody reservoir, the mighty S, all in its glory for you on today's video, Fishery Audit 11. And yeah, look, there ain't no safety rings up here, but you'll not be able to find shoulder deep water out there. And I'm sure somewhere there's legislations and policies and regulations that say that you have to have a safety ring where there's water. Now, let me just stress this, the two entrances to this place are gate operated, right? So you have to have a key. So I've got a key for down here, the one over there you have to have a key for, but that's again for boating club, etc. And you're only really coming up here if you're coming up fishing or if you're coming up boating. There's no, or bird watching, there's a guide bird watching down there. So you're not coming up here because you're riff-raff and you're going to come and have a day swimming and just, you know, come with your mates and go skinny dipping. That's ridiculous. It's also situated just in an area of the East Riding that there's no local villages that hold people and kids of that sort of mindset that are going to come up here and leave McDonald's everywhere and start going in drunk. It just doesn't happen up here. It's not that kind of venue. It doesn't hold that concern. And although sometimes we still have to have safety sort of in place anywhere and everywhere we can, the Southfield Reservoir simply just isn't a threat. It really isn't. It's got the signs up at the entrance when you come in, it's got the signs up when you get to the reservoir, and they are the bare minimum that you need. If you've got a deep lake on your sort of premises that's like 14 foot deep and you've got no safety rings at all, well, if someone gets in difficulty out there, it's going to be very, very hard to, you know, sort of do a rescue mission and get that person out and get them to safety. With this place, if you get in, the deepest part is down here. You're probably talking 5 foot of water, maybe 6 foot in some places. It only gets shallower the further you go out. So I ain't got any major concerns with it, I really haven't. But one thing I will say is, this venue is probably, I mean, it's borderline with a few, but this is probably one of the most prolific fishing venues in the UK. So people don't just come here because they come in to have a bloody chuck about and smash 8-ounce leads all over and wind everybody up on pegs next to them. This is serious fishing territory, really serious. And if you want to come up for a day's pleasure fishing, day tickets are available. Book for this place and all surrounding venues with it is 35 quid for a year, like it's nothing. It's a McDonald's order for you and kids, it's nothing. So if you're not a serious match angler and you're not a long distance feeder angler, this still can be a place for you, as we've just seen. There's a chap up there absolutely bagging on pole. On peg 2 and 3 up there in Woodside, there's 2 blokes absolutely banging bream out on feeder. Right now, it's 19th of June, it is the centre of the year, it's 26, 27 degrees, it's not bream fishing at all, it's not even great fishing conditions to be fair. People are still having a blinding day's fishing up here. So if this is for you, and you want to come and give it a try, come and give it a try. The options on getting a key for the gate, have a chat with your bailiff or get onto Facebook page and have a conversation with a few people. There might be days when people are coming up here where someone can open the gate for you to come in because they're coming fishing. If not, there are areas of the Canal and River Trust website where you can actually purchase a key, but let this be somewhere that you're going to be coming often. Let it be somewhere that you're going to be coming regularly. And just make sure that when you've got that key, you keep it safe and you don't lose it. If keys for this place go into wrong hands, that's when we start having problems up here. So please just be vigilant when thinking about if this is going to be a venue for you and the future of your fishing. Now, considering the venue, its layout, there's bins, car park, nice and secure, it's private, there's safety signs up, it's not a deep venue at all, and the access to the place, you know, you could land an helicopter pretty much anywhere you want round here. I'm going to score this place an A star. Not just because it's a favourite venue of mine, but because it's probably one of the UK's most favourite venues and probably UK's most safest venue as well. And I don't think you can ever do worse than that up here. So yeah, Southfield Reservoir, the mighty S, the flooded field, gets an A star from me. If anyone's ever up here and you see me up here fishing, by all means come and give me a nudge, come and have a chat. Like, I love fishing up here, always catch loads of fish up here when I come up here. Get your sent over, come and have a conversation with me, come and have a chat. And if you've liked this video and you want to share it and show a few people, by all means go for it. But for anyone that's not seen Southfield to its full potential, now you have. Like, it's a great venue, there's plenty here, there's more than just like one long line of pegs, there's loads to go at. Massive well done to all bailiffs and all club and committee and everyone that's involved with keeping this place up to scratch and running. Like, the grass is all nice and cut, it's nice and tidy, it's a stunning place to be. So everyone involved with Southfield Reservoir and the maintenance of the place, you're all doing an awesome job. Keep it up. Lovely to see a venue this big that don't get like hundreds of people fishing it every single day getting all this attention. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. Anyway, that's enough for this video. Remember to like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next one.